feel like that's like
fundamental. Yeah.
very fundamental, especially for us that are like.
Hi guys. I'm Richie.
And I'm Oindamola.
And I'm Star.
And this is the Fast Lane. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mommies and daddies, young and old, midnight snackers and breakfast lunchers, or whatever you want to call it, you're welcome to the first ever episode of our podcast, The Fast Lane.
All right, this is the official launch of our fasting series during this whole fasting season.
Yeah.
It's going to run in limited episodes.
Yeah.
And we, your hosts, will be talking about interesting conversations and life, faith, and why sometimes you just have to say no to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's the place where we break it down. Faith, food, fasting, health, and funny things in between.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mention that I miss my early morning bread and butter?
That is foodie.
I'm joking, actually.
Let me just put it out there quickly, guys. Fasting is not starvation.
Yeah, yeah.
It is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a diet.
Mhm.
And emphasis on discipline.
Exactly.
You know, just so you know, we're going to be having amazing guests on this show
Mm-hmm,
to walk us through insightful conversations
Yeah,
and share the personal experience with us
That's
on
right.
the importance of fasting and prayer.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving forward, just like Richie Michael mentioned, this is our first episode. And what's better way to kick off this episode than to focus on the reason for the season?
That's right.
Fasting season.
Yeah. So who is going first?
Richie.
Do I have to jump into it? Wait. The thing is, basically, we're just going to be scratching the surface about, like she said, what fasting is to all of us, why it's necessary to fast, the spiritual and healthy benefits of fasting,
Yeah.
and then basically just that. So let us just dive into it already. Let me ask this very fundamental question. What is fasting to us individually? Like beyond the no eating, no drinking of water, the whole routine. Like you have to fast from 6 to 6. What is fasting to you? Where do I start from? Let me start from
I'm sitting beside you, just with me. Let me go first. Well, before Stack says what I want to say.
okay.
Because, yeah, he's a mind reader.
Wow.
So, well, for me, fasting is like a spiritual reset. Like turning off your Wi-Fi, waiting for 10 seconds, and turning it back on.
Wow.
You know, everything suddenly connects better.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is to me at the end of the day.
That's deep.
That's what it is.
So Jenny, what can you say?
I actually loved the analogy. Let me just say
I
that
love
first.
it. I love it.
And I think personally for me, I would say fasting is more like a love language.
Mhm.
Right? You know, please, Richie, calm down.
Okay, sorry.
And it's just, me saying, God, I am putting you at first.
Yeah.
It's actually a very big sacrifice.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
You going with intentionality, it's a huge sacrifice. That's what fasting is to me.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, Stack, what do you have to say?
Well, I actually agree with what both of them have said already, actually. But to me, I feel it's just about focus. The world get noisy. We have a whole lot of things like the social bills and everything. And fasting is just one way I get tuned back into God's goodness.
Yeah, tuning back.
Yeah,
That's
that
right.
way I can detach myself from everything, starve my flesh, and just let my spirit man just combat.
Yeah.
You're starving your flesh.
Starving
I
your
feel like that's like the most
It's
important
fundamental.
thing.
Yeah.
Very fundamental.
So, you know-
especially for us that are like especially for people that are
You're going to say us about.
especially for people that
Why are you going to say us? Us like I'm with you guys. Okay, that's fine.
But especially for people that are married, people that
Yeah.
are in relationships, you're literally
Starving your flesh.
Yeah.
Deep. Well, that's quite insightful.
Your flesh.
We're not going to dive into that. That's not the essence of this question. That's not the essence of this segment. So basically, I think like you all have said, it's about punishing your body. Like, there's this phrase that they always That's how he puts it. Call it hunger strike or something, right?
Yeah.
So literally, if you are not doing the spiritual exercise part of it, it's literally just going on hunger strike, and then that's not you really go off of the essence of fasting. So it's about how do you say it, letting yourself go and realigning, and then letting God take ascendancy, basically. Yeah, so that's exactly what it is.
Great. Okay, so now that we know what fasting means to us
individual
from our different points of view, let's dive into the next question. The next question would be, why fast? You know, why do we fast? Like, can't I just pray? I would eat my amala and still commune with God, right? I can also eat and commune with God,
and God is still going to hear you,
and
right?
God will still hear me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Why are we fasting? I'm just asking for a friend, though. It's not like I'm asking for myself. Just asking.
Oh, you that's speak for yourself.
There's no friend anywhere.
Oh yeah.
I know what the friend is.
You understand? We understand. We don't judge it.
But anyway, you were asking why fast, and I would say fasting actually helps sharpens our prayer life, right? Just like we said, it's you know, it helps to, let me use this analogy, right? So it's like you are on a journey, and then your flesh is put to sleep, and your spirit man is being placed in the driver's seat.
Deep.
And I think like that's why we fast, because the world is not just physical. I mean,
spiritual.
The world is very much more spiritual.
True.
And so when your spirit man, you know, becomes the driver at that point, it helps you connect better with the Holy Spirit. It helps you have a deeper connection with God. So this is why I believe, you know, we fast. That deeper bond.
And also Jesus, like, for example, I mean, it was actually said that alone is telling us that fasting is not optional. What the Bible says,
like if Jesus could do it, right?
Mandatory, like a Christian walk and stuff like that. I mean, if Jesus did it, I feel every Christian is obligated to actually.
Like, he literally fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
He did that. So
and
I think ours is just 21 days.
21.
Imagine we're going to 40 days, 40 night drive fast.
I think I would have fainted.
Today.
It needs to, you understand? It needs to. So the thing is that the funny thing is that most of us can't even go full time 6 to 6 without really snacking or something. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And then just out of curiosity, guys, I want to ask why is it that whenever you are not fasting, there's no fasting that has been called, you can literally go hours without eating? Do you get it? But the moment the church declares 21 days prayer and fasting, your brain 6 a.m. Your stomach has started growling. You just want to eat. Why? I know I'm not the only one that happens to, because I mean, like,
a lot of people. Well, I would say it's a mindset thing, though. My perspective,
right?
Opinion, it's a mindset thing, because at that point you're conscious of fasting.
Yes, that consciousness.
There's this voice that's always telling you
have to go eat.
You
understand?
That's when food start tempting you.
Fasting, the voice is very
slow.
It's actually sleeping, but the minute you're fasting, just stuck. You're fasting. Why?
So is that like the voice of your intuition or the devil?
It's the devil now. It's the devil. Who else?
Okay. Let's just say. Okay.
But you get the devil.
I mean, you're opening up yourself to. To just let. Yeah, basically, that's exactly what it is.
Also, very importantly, let's talk about the health benefits of fasting.
Oh yeah.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
It's scientifically good for you. It helps clear your mind. It helps with digestion. It gives your organ a break from all the junk and food that has been in your system. Right. I know that people do this intermittent fasting just to lose weight, right? And it helps with I remember there was one video that Pastor is always playing
videos, preparatory videos.
Yeah, like preparing our body as to why we need to fast, that it helps our health, drinking water and all that.
So not necessarily when you call for fast. You can just do that.
It's also very healthy to fast.
True. I agree.
Very healthy to fast.
I agree. It makes sense.
Yeah, and also just to buttress on what you're saying. We do intermittent fasting, yes, because the goal at that point is probably weight loss.
Yeah, true.
But when we are in our fasting season like this, the goal is actually not
weight loss. Yeah.
Right. So if you wake up in the morning and then the only thing you plan to is just do your usual workouts, go and do whatever thing you do for the day, and then when it's 6 p.m. you now come and
yeah, without praying.
But let's just know that the important thing this period, like we said, is building that deep relationship. And so for you to actually say you're fasting, it means that during this period you are studying.
Yeah. Praying.
Consecrating yourself.
Yeah.
By the time you engage in this thing, these are all mediums you engage in for the Spirit to speak to you.
That's right.
Right? Because obviously you're going into a fasting season because you hear from God.
Right?
Very important.
Yeah.
You don't plan on giving the fasting season the same way.
Yeah, there's always like a step up from
like you need to come out of it feeling different.
Yeah, with a different experience.
Exactly. So you actually need to define what your goal for fasting is and do the needful.
Yeah, true.
Well,
that's right.
That's some knowledge actually. I mean, with everything being said, and it says a lot about fasting. Like moving on quickly, let me just quickly ask. Like let's talk about fasting like as a lifestyle. I mean, can fasting actually become a lifestyle? I mean, like not the regular half of the year, quarterly.
Beginning of the year, Daniel's fast.
Become part of your lifestyle.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
So let me answer.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll let you take the floor.
Okay, so absolutely right. Fasting can become a lifestyle.
Okay.
And then when it doesn't become a lifestyle is when you're waiting for beginning of the year, you're waiting for
the call.
Pastor to say, oh, we have 21 days fasting, we have 30 days fasting, we have 30 days fasting, and then you wait again to mid-year. So, you can't build a lifestyle.
True.
Right? Even when you're going to the gym, let me go back to the gym example. Even when you're going to the gym, when you say fitness is a lifestyle, it means you have built this into your body system.
Yeah.
Right?
Even your psyche, your mental,
There's a process going, and then there's consistency.
Yeah.
So when there's consistency in fasting, right, you begin to see even your spiritual muscles begin to develop. Right?
Yeah.
You're not just
deep.
physically fit. You become
spiritually
fit. As well. So yes, fasting can totally become a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's actually deep. I feel like for me I feel like fasting actually keeps our pride in check. It actually teaches us submission.
Yeah.
At this point you're not dependent on your own strength alone. As in this is at this time it's all about God. What does God want to use you to do? Submitting your whole self to God. The Bible said in 1 Samuel chapter 2 from verse 9, for by strength shall no man prevail. So in the fasting period, it's easier for you to lean into God's strength because you are weak at this point. Physically. Do you understand? And let God
I also feel like you don't always have to fast from just food alone. I feel like you can fast from social media.
Oh yeah,
important. From on social media you see different things that you did not
contaminate your spirit.
Literally contaminate your spirit.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And things that you can't avoid. It's gonna pop. Anytime, any day. It does, because your social media doesn't know that you're fasting. It's you that know that you're fasting.
And that's the point. Those things
Snapchat. You're
Like,
seeing secular music and all that. And the essence of fasting is to like separate yourself from
that
things like that.
Yeah.
You don't always have have to fast from just food. You can fast from Netflix, gossip, and some form of social gathering. You know, anything that distracts you from devoting your time to God
and listening to God.
You know, in prayer, in communion with God. Fasting and prayer literally cleared the pathway for you to hear from God in a way that your regular prayer wouldn't.
True.
Alright, so that's just me. Like in essence, you can build your habits in fasting.
True. So it shouldn't just be like the call to fast.
Exactly. I mean, it might not be easy at the start. But I guess like with time. Like Jenny rightly said.
Consistency.
It's not always easy.
My dear.
It's never easy. It gets easy.
You get time
at the beginning.
It's just like she mentioned gymming. You know, when you're gymming and all of that, when you start at first,
remember
that's a workout. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Almost fainted because that was the first time Jennifer.
Like, you know, when your stomach muscles.
It's not a consistent thing. Right?
Jennifer literally passed out. She literally passed out. So I mean that's what happens when you that's what happens when you fast. And the first time you'll be like hungry, you pass out like it's as if you want to die. But consistently you get used to it.
I think our body later understands the benefit, like spiritually.
Whose body?
Is it Jennifer's
our bodies or her body?
I don't think so.
I don't think she ever got
think she will ever do it again. Ever.
I'm going to shock you guys.
Okay. That's fine. We can't wait for that.
Anyway, so moving on. We've had a lot of very interesting conversations and very interesting opinions. But I want to do something different now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
For it.
Let's go.
So, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you just answer on the spot.
Okay.
The person that comes to your mind.
All right.
Okay.
Answer honestly, no thinking.
Okay. Cool.
So, Richie.
Wow, the fact you had to start with me. I mean, I was looking at me.
All right. So tell us, what food tempts you the most really fast?
Hello, Lord God. Plantain and fried egg.
Okay.
I think
Most dramatic thing you said or done while fasting?
Uida.
Don't wait now.
Uida.
Wait.
Sorry.
Those two.
Uida.
What did I do? No. Okay, so I forgot I was fasting, and then my daddy is always fond of putting things in the freezer. Like in my house, there's literally always something that grabs your attention whenever you open the freezer. You're either seeing Viju chocolates, you're either seeing chicken that my mommy fried, you're seeing something that just calls you. And every time I like grab a piece of chicken or something and I bite on it, and that's when I remember, oh my god, I'm fast. But guess what happens? God will forgive me. I'll eat it.
Just swallow it. I say God fast.
Continue with my fast.
As it baby.
That's bad.
Wow.
That's what people know that day. What's the shortest you've ever fasted?
Well, I think 2 hours. I think that's better than 2 hours, I guess. I think I started fast, I think by 6. When it was 8 to 12.
Wow.
I just had to listen to it. God will understand.
Wow. It's the fact that everybody think God will understand for me.
God will understand. It's all understanding.
Okay. Oinda, have you ever gone a full 21 days without missing a single day of fasting?
Yes, I have.
21 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have.
Yes,
Person you think.
I have.
But it's alright.
I have.
Richie, I've never forgotten you were fasting and then you stayed. Then you remembered you were fasting. But you still went ahead, finished. And then you asked God.
Yes. I think that thing is
it's
a human, it's very relatable.
Everybody.
No, not everybody.
Jenny,
don't generalize us.
Okay. Me. Research has shown it's true. But I think I have a lot of times that's happened. I'll eat and then remember and then finish the food.
Wow.
I'll tell myself, God,
just to side of the cross and sing.
I've messed up. Please, I'll continue tomorrow. I'll pick up. I'll pick up tomorrow. So I mean, like research.
Alright, Staff, have you ever made a conscious, determined decision to fast from 6 to 6? But then you got so hungry and decided to break any other plan. I hope it's not too much.
Let me, I think this brings me to give you guys the gist. I think there was one period where I actually went like a 66, and I think it was 5:50 something thereabout.
Did you think?
I mean, this hungry was coming. I just told myself, like, 5 to 10 minutes more. I mean,
Oh, you mean
I've
hunger?
tried. Yeah, hunger now. Like, it was 5, I think it was 5:55. Like, 5 minutes to 6. 8 minutes to 6.
Wow.
I said, God wanted.
So you didn't even get to the finish line.
Like, that's close to the
My
finish
God.
line now. I mean, 5:55 is still 6 o'clock.
Saka,
Approximately 6
we
o'clock.
need to have a different session with you.
For him, honestly.
But it's approximately 6 o'clock. I mean, 6 to 6.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. But it's fine. Okay.
Wow.
I
Wow.
guess that is it for now.
Yeah.
Session. But thank you so much, guys.
Ah,
For being honest.
Thank you for making us happy. Tell the truth to everybody. To tell everybody now our secret. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, guys. So, if you're watching and you'd like to share your truth section, fast fact, answers to the questions we just asked, slide into the comment section and drop your answers.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to read them out on the next episode.
That's right.
Alright, guys, thank you for having us on this episode of the Fast Lane. Thanks for staying with us, and I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed bringing this to you.
That's right. So, as the fasting season approaches, guys, maybe it's time to really sit down and reflect and ask yourself, what do I need to lay down to pick up more of God? What changes do I desire to see in my life in the second quarter of the year? Am I willing to submit myself and allow God to carry me into the next season? Because there will be distractions, there will be challenges, there will be obstacles, battles to face. So are we leaning on God to carry us into the next level, or are we just going to allow life to just continue as it is into 2026? That's not going to happen. So I need us to resonate on these questions as we gear up for the fasting season.
Yeah, very important. And in the coming episodes also, we will be diving deeper into, more interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Fasting, prayer, and, everything about fasting. And the good news is we'll be having very, very amazing guests.
Yes, I can't
Every
wait.
episode, I can't wait.
You want to miss that.
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe now. Turn on the notification, the
The
bell
button.
icon, and turn on the notification, and watch out for our upcoming episode.
And
That's right.
remember, it is not about perfection.
Yeah.
It's about pursuit, right? So whether you're fasting for one meal or 21 days, God sees your heart.
Yeah.
And He sees your heart. He hears you. He sees you. He
Yeah.
knows you. And He feels you.
That's right. That's
So
right.
from the stables of the Creative Studio,
Yeah.
this
It's
is the
Fast Lane.
And until next time, thank you for watching.
Thank you for
May
watching, guys.
God bless you all. Bye.
Bye.